today just kind of been in a little bit of a funk, I guess. Need to get out there. That's the thing. Like, adventure awaits just beyond, just out there. But for whatever reason today, my sleeping patterns have kind of been off. The ex resurfaced a little bit as far as she's going through a rough time, and I just prayed on my part in that, as obviously just letting go and moving forward. Ended up talking to her cousin a little bit, and so I extended an olive branch. Kind of, I won't go into too much detail on it, but I prayed on it strongly, and I felt led that God said, "Listen, is your money or my money?" I said, "Well, it's yours. I'm a steward of it." He goes, "Okay. Did I recently bring you a very nice blessing from an anonymous person?" "You did. Came out of nowhere." "Okay. So can you be a blessing to others, even people from your past?" "Yes, I can, with no strings attached." And so I said accordingly. When I was in the relationship, I was supporting her, helping her, and having her come work for me. That was the plan. She did tell me on our travels that she was going to go in a different direction. Just didn't seem it was the right fit for her, and I didn't think it was either. After kind of getting to know her a little bit better, and you can know somebody in a romantic sense, but how they work and how they show up, and our dynamic, it just probably wasn't going to be the best conducive for us and for her. I just don't think she was in the same place that I am on a lot of those things that I share in my program, the www.pastorspointers.com. It's the kind of get unstuck in life program that I built. Anyways, she was going to help assist me with that, but she said she kind of wants to find something else, and maybe it's different dynamic. Like, okay, no problem. It's not for everybody. And again, it's just the mental difference, I think, where we are emotional and mental in our life. And it's no shade, it's just is what it is. So basically I was supporting her. She was going through the program, I was helping her with that. But then after we broke up, she couldn't find a job, and so I know she's been struggling. And I saw that the computer that I had allowed her, helped her get to help her find work, it was being sold. And so I reached out to her cousin and I just said, "Hey, what's up? Selling the computer that was supposed to help." And she goes, "Yeah, I thought she got your permission." I'm like, "She doesn't need my permission to sell it. Like, it was a gift, and I told her that. I don't count it, but it was to be able to help find work. So if you sell it, then basically connect the dots." Anyways, long story short, I ended up buying it back from her, so that I could help her, so she could have rent and have food, because she's really struggling. And so yeah, she reached out to me, and I took like 24 hours, prayed on it, reached back out and said I have peace about it. And again, this isn't like rescue. It was literally from a place of strength, not from a place, "Oh, I'm doing this to get her back." Obviously I still care for her. Obviously, if there is a place for us, I'm open, but it is what it is right now, and who knows? God is using this in my life to grow me, so thank God for the trials and tribulations and the hurts, and to be able to grow accordingly. So long story short, was able to help her out, and then completely detach again and move away. And we hadn't had contact for a good probably 3 weeks. Like, the last time we talked was December 28th, and we finally talked yesterday, which is, again, I know you guys are in the future here, but it was probably about close to 3 weeks or so with no contact. And so just giving her space. I figure if she wants to talk, she'll reach out to me. I'm not going to force it. And that's one thing you want to do with avoiding. You definitely don't want to crowd them. All that to say, getting past all the issues of that, is it is okay still to be kind to those who may have not gave you the same respect, as long as you don't lose yourself, as long as you're giving from a secure place, as long as you're not giving to get, as long as you're not doing it with strings attached. And I had to really search, like, would I want her back? Sure. Do I need her back? Is this gonna do that? No. But it was a bridge that I felt like was okay to cross and be able to help out. And some people were like, "Oh no, you're being played, you're being suckered into that. She broke up with you shouldn't do it." I get it. All legit points, but I chose in my spirit to pray on it, take the high road, and then of course extend the olive branch. And then from there, before, what I used to do, and I'm learning this, is about my nervous attachment, like give, and if you give without them investing back, you don't give them space to be able to breathe and to, and also to reciprocate back, then you're just over giving, and the relationship loses the polarity, and they don't really have to like earn your respect. Or when they pull away and you keep running towards them, it's like that string of the line that it just keeps falling, and there's no tension. There needs to be a little bit of tension. There needs to be a push pull back, and a polarity of it's for a relationship. So if you're always giving, you got to stop. You got to pull back. When they pull back, you pull back. You kind of match that energy, and then you also with avoidance, the more you give, all of a sudden you give, they're gonna get a point where they need their space. So you have to actually see that ahead of time, especially if you have intimacy and you have a really intimate moment, they really opened up to you. The very next day or the next time, you need to actually pull back, be the first to pull back, because a lot of times it resets them. So stuff I've learned, it's crazy. And I learned this by studying this point, afterwards. But so in that places, I don't feel like I'm being used. I really do feel like it was used for the right reason, to be able to help somebody that was gonna basically didn't have any rent was coming due, didn't have any food. Obviously, I was one that was providing that for her in the for the last few months when we were dating. So, and that's a whole nother topic for another thing of if that's the right move before you're married. I will say this: it's a different dynamic when you're dealing with somebody from overseas. That's almost say expected, but it is something that it's different than here in the States. It's hard to explain. It's somebody be like, oh, you're just being sucker, she's just using you for your money. No, it's not necessarily that. So they just don't have access always to the same amount of money or the same resources. And so sometimes the way you kind of claim that they're yours, and that's the way to prove your love too, is also through support. Unfortunately, those kind of go together. Money and love tend to, and I'm not saying I'm right on that 100%. Other people are gonna have different viewpoints, but it is kind of a mixed bag. And so it's a thin line you have to walk accordingly. I overgave, and so it killed the polarity at times. And then, but now where I'm coming from now is coming from a place of strength of, well, she doesn't owe me anything. I'm buying back the computer. I'll get it at the right time. And it was nice. She was very appreciative. It was nice to see this side of her that I haven't seen in a long time. And then of course I pulled back and just let her do her life, and I go back into not messaging unless she wants to message me. I am planning another trip to the Philippines soon, and got some irons in the fire, so we'll see what those can lead to. Still nursing a little bit of a broken heart here, but I just wanted to share with you guys again that it's okay to give to people as long as you're doing it from a secure, healthy place and it doesn't pull you off your center. And what I'm dealing with today is a little lethargy of reconnection, slowly a little bit of reconnection. So it triggered me a little bit to kind of go back into, man, kind of miss her. But I'll deal with that, and that's just my emotions. That's the attachment that kind of gets re-triggered, and that's good. This is a good opportunity for me to grow and learn. I did meet a nice Christian girl online recently, and we've been chatting a little bit. So I think I'll end this video and go back to chatting there, because I think I have a message waiting for me. But anyways, give from a place of strength, not from a place of I have to, or I'm doing this to keep them. No, you have to stop. You give, you have to also ask for things back in return, so that it's a polarity, but also that they are invested too. Keep that in mind.